Hi, this is Claire again with the full moon cards. And first of all, I have to say we will see each other with the next full moon. We won't see each other, so we will skip it because it's, as we say, between the years. So I'm having a little holiday. It's like the 12 nights. You might have heard about it. So this is a sacred time and a time for holiday and a time for having a break. And of course, I will have a break. I can't tell people like, please have a look for healthy boundaries. Please, yes, watch out for these topics. And then I don't live it myself, right? I would be a bad teacher if I would tell you to do it like this and I won't follow my own advice. So, so we will see each other the next time at the 31st of January with a new full moon. And yes, these are the full moon cards for this time until the next reading. So the time frame is until the end of January. And I had to cover up the world card. I didn't do this. I forgot it in the German version of the video. I hope it won't be deleted and I won't be banned. Yes, it's funny. I sometimes you can just laugh about things, right? Because otherwise you would go insane in this world. So yes, I covered her up a bit, but you know the card. And so we start this reading with a 7 of Swords. And this is a card with many layers. It's a many-layered card with its meanings because it's not just negative. Some people think it's just negative. I have to put on my glasses. And it is not. This card, of course, has a certain like sneaky quality. It's not very, like upright in a way. It's not that you tell everything. It's often, as I experience this in readings, it's often about what you call in English white lies. Yes, we call this also Notlügen, which means emergency lies in English. So it's the same topic. And you have to have a look at your life. Do I use these things because it's not possible in other ways to get through a situation? Or do I do it to fool someone? Or yes, why is this happening? Of course, this can also happen to you. Most often this card is read like, oh, there's an evil person in your life and it wants to betray you. And of course, this can be the case. But most often it's about inner processes. It's about your own lies against yourself or towards yourself or towards other people. And most often white lies. It's not like being really super evil now I have all the words, especially because of the world, because she is a positive card. If we would have here like a tower or a 10 of swords or a 5 of swords, then things would be different, but we don't have it here. So this means being a little bit sneaky. This can also, of course, correlate with Christmas time. I don't know what it's like in your country, but in Germany, Christmas time is really, really stressful. Really stressful. My parents had a friend from China, and she always said, well, the Germans in Christmas time, you better don't disturb them. And this is like, we often quote her because it's really like that. It can be really, really, really stressful because, yes, we do have many lovely Christmas traditions, but these are often like, yes, it's difficult because the typical German perfectionism jumps into, and then especially the mothers, the women are very stressed out because the food and the clothing and the children should look neat and everything is so hyped up. And then you have the older generation, which is having expectations and things like that. And it can be really, not so easy. So tradition is sometimes not as good as people think because it means women working all day long and then they stress up and then the whole family stresses up. Yes. So this can mean also the small white lies to get around things. And I always distinguish this. Is it just to cope with a situation that you can't solve otherwise right now? Is it just helping you? Is it like an abbreviation? I don't know if you can say it like this in English, like a shortcut, something that you take the shorter way. It's not okay, it's not really right, but it really helps. So the intention in essence is good to make it less stressful for everyone. Yes, this is a good intention, but a bad intention would be to trick people or to fool people and things like that. So, of course, we all wish for life to be neat and nice and clean, but life is not neat and nice and clean. And sometimes you need this card, right? So, of course, the full moon readings are always a little bit broad. So maybe you are in a situation that is different and you are suspecting that someone might be betraying you or trying to dress up with your feathers, as we say in German, like you worked hard for something and they want to take the results and they want to be in the center with these results. You know what I mean? Like they take it away from you and they want to shine, yes, with it. In work, sometimes people experience things like that. You work long and hard and then this one person goes out and tries to shine in front of the boss with it without mentioning what everybody else did. So situations like this, if you are in a situation like that, or if you suspect to be, then it's good to be really alert, because this card shows, yes, there might be problems. There can be someone who is trying to take advantage of you, your work, your friendliness. Yes, things like that, right? In family situations, it's most often taking advantage of your friendliness and things like that. So it's really different. It can be private, it can be in job life, it can be many things. Also in spiritual life, for example, be careful. There are many people out there these days who are giving workshops and courses and things like that. And many do a really good job, but there are also some people who are really brainwashing others and are really, yes, only there for the money. Yes, so in many ways and many parts of our life, we have to be a little alert when this card shows up. Yes, just have a look at it. And if you're suspecting something, have a second look, right? So our middle card is a world card, and she is about finding your place in the world, your home, your anchor, right? And we see here, this is of course the Christian way of showing it, but these are the 4 elements, and she is in this circle. And I covered her up upstairs because of YouTube, but she is also covered up downstairs by the card itself, and this is because there is something male hidden behind the scarf to tell it in a clean way. Yes, this means she is the balanced, right? Male and female aspects are balanced, and this is what the old in the olden days, when the Hermetic orders and things like that developed the cards in the way we know them today, they were after this. They were after the unification of male and female, of like you are a whole person if you live your both sides. Yes, the yin and the yang, as you would say in Asian philosophy. So this is really essential to this card. It's becoming whole, right? And sometimes you are not in a place of becoming whole when this card shows up. And then it's like, what should I do with this? My life is not harmonious right now. It's not in balance. What should I do? And then I often say, well, maybe you should, like, if you see it like a picture, you should throw an anchor into the future so you can take the rope and pull yourself towards it, right? So sometimes we need to throw, or yes, let's say it like a picture, to throw your thoughts and your ideas and your plans into the future, like I will do it, right? Or I do it, like you cut off the will, I do it. It's just in the future, but I do it. And this is really helpful. This is not just new age talk or something like that. If you really intend it, it can happen, because you put it in the future. It's already there, I just have to reach it. And of course you can't do this with things that are totally out of reach, right? You have to sometimes, you have to put it into small steps. And now I do the first step, and then I do the second step, right? To really reach the goal. And it helps. This is really a good technique. And you have to believe in it. You really have to want it. And this is, for example, for women, this is often difficult because there is always something that gets into the way. There is this happening and that happening, and then you have this family influence. Whoa! Tongue breaker, as we would say in German. The influence from like your family, and then there is this and that. And it's really also about healthy boundaries. We are with this topic again because she has this around her like a magical circle. Yes, like a witch circle or whatever you want to call it. This shows like you really need to define your space if you want to reach something. You have to. Yes, nobody else will come and do it for you. And sometimes you need to take small steps. And then the family, for example, this is just one example. It could also be someone you work with or a friend or wherever it applies to your life. Could be like a little bit being grummeln, we call this in German. I think you call it similar with grumpy, right? Grumpy cat. So they will be... but in German, grummeln is a verb, so you can do it actively. We like to do it. We are Germans. So we are always a little bit grumpy. Yes, there's a little truth to everything. But to come back to the cards, they might be like a little bit disturbed or grumpy because of that, but they will adapt to it. And often, when people are at first grumpy, you give them the chance to grow too. Right? It's not the easy way. I know this from my own life. I'm a Pisces, so it's really difficult for me to do these things. But it really works. You give responsibility back to people, right? And sometimes when they have relied heavily onto you, it will hurt. It will be like, it will, you know? But you have to face it, and it will really help. It will really help. You will have more freedom, and they will learn to take responsibility for themselves more, right? Of course, this is not about leaving little children without care or things like that. This is not the topic. But when you have an adult, this person can be can take more responsibility. Yes, you don't have to be responsible for everything. And especially with Christmas, when we come back to this topic, because it's the season now, this really, really helps. And it might take some time, but you have to know, for what am I doing this? Because today we often think about, I do this against this, against that, against that. But oftentimes in life, it's more helpful when you focus on, what do I want to do it for? What is it good for, right? Because this really motivates. At least it's for me like that. So what for? Maybe for the happiness of the Four of Wands. And we see here, this is what Christmas should be like. Happiness, waving, cheerfulness. And of course, this is this holiday has difficulties in many ways. Right? The people who do have other people around them often have quarrels, and there are conflicts and perfectionism escalating and things like that. It often happens. And there are also people who maybe are in a divorce right now, or where the partner has died, or who never really had a partner, or who have really broken up with their family and things like that. So people who feel lonely. Yes, I mean, it's not a really inclusive holiday, right? At least here in Germany, it's really just family. I have heard that, for example, in the British part, in England, it's not so uncommon to bring friends to your Christmas celebration, where in Germany here, it is just family. And if you don't have family, you can be really lonely during the holidays. Yes, if you are a widower, for example, or if you have broken, or are you with your family, or you are divorced and things like that, it can be really painful. And this is often forgotten because the commercials always show this glowing yellowy light and happy people together, and the dog is jumping around them. You know what I mean? Everything is so nice and so bright and so cheerful. But to me, this is almost cynical in a way, because people are at many different stages in life, and most are they are fighting mother-in-law, or fighting loneliness, or fighting, there are so many layers. Fighting parents inwardly, there is so much that has to be swallowed down to just push through these 3 days. And this is never showing up in the picture. Of course, in commercials, they want to show beautiful pictures, but we all know how real life is. So, coming back to the cards, why am I telling this? This means happiness needs a container. Yes, we are here with the number 4. The number 4, the boss of the number 4 is the emperor, right? So we are here with structure, with a certain system, with ideas. You have a plan when you do this, right? This is like, have a good plan for the element of fire. We are here with the wands to shine up. The element of fire is, of course, not just passion and always these strong words. It is also about warmth, about light, about a warm heart, as we say, or just feeling cozy, feeling nice, feeling beautiful, right? So if you want to feel all these cheerful feelings and have a good time, and even if it's a merry little Christmas for yourself, you have to give it a certain structure. Not too much. I'm not talking about the all these traditions and the perfectionism and all these things, right, that are like a cage. Structure can also be a cage. But try to find a good structure that really helps you and others to make the most of it, of the holidays, in a nice way. Yes, in a friendly and gentle way, because stress is there already enough, right? So when we put these cards together, our boss is the world, and the world is about finding your place and a little calmness, right? In the olden days, the time before Christmas was a fasting time. Do you say fasting? Like from the church? This is why at the 24th of, at least in Germany, at the 24th of December, we still eat potato salad with sausages, not the fancy goose. This is made at the 25th, because then the fasting time was opened up and it was normal time again, and you could celebrate, right? Most people are, of course, not aware of this. And if you think like a potato salad, we even make salad from sausages themselves. So in potato salad, there are often sausages and then sausages extra. So salad is something, I have seen many videos from people working in Germany with foreign origins who really make a fun of what we call salads. So it's a funny topic. So don't wonder about what potato salad is. It's totally normal here. So we have potato salad and sausages and things like that are very common in different ways, of course, but regional, like some make it with mayonnaise, some make it with like broth and things like that. It's regional, but the typical thing is, what I want to say, is that until the 24th, it's fasting time. It's not time for, traditionally, for consuming and much too much, as we know it in Christmas time. Yes, and the church, of course, only took this from nature, because it's the fasting times, the traditional ones. There's also towards Easter. Many people will know they are not there by accident. It's just times where the nature naturally is calmed down, where it's just a good thing to consume less, right? Because it's in accordance to the natural wheel of the year, right? So this makes totally sense, and maybe you can find your own little fasting time and really calm down. And calming down these days, even this has become a business these days. Like the 12 days, Rauhnächte, we call this, rough nights, you could translate it a little bit, like when the wild hunt is going around and things like that. It was traditionally a time to stay at home because of the wild hunt. They are taking the souls from the people who have died over the course of the year, so you don't want to be taken. And you don't go out when it's dark too much, or you avoid it, or you protect yourself, but you stay a little bit calm. And it's also a time of insight, of really doing nothing and listening. And even this has become a workshop thing these days, how you can like self-improve yourself the most with inner wisdom gains in these nights. And I see the good intention in this, but the most insight comes from calmness. There is a depth, right? When nobody gives you a curriculum that you have to follow, but when you are just in stillness. And the more you can do this in a time towards Christmas, the better. So really reach into your soul, go inside. Yes, go into yourself. I don't know how you can say this in English. We have this word, I'm going around right now, Innenschau. This means, in means inside, and Schau means to have a look, but it's more like gazing. I hope I get it right. So inner gazing, you could say it. And this is what I want to express, that you really look inside yourself and into life, and you come to a stillness, and you don't need a curriculum for this. You don't need a plan. You don't have to improve. It's nothing about improving. It's about finding into yourself. It's already there. Yes, we just have to allow this calmness. And I know how difficult this is. I know it. But yes, I mean, having family life and things like that, it's really complicated. I'm coming from this. I'm not talking from the outside clever words. So yes, but it's really worth to fight for it and to have your anchors. And if you only throw them in the future to reach them one day, but do it. Stick to yourself and stay with yourself, and start with yourself. Right? Don't wait until others will finally do something that will allow you a little bit more space. Right? So putting this together, we see here this little sneaky, if you are into Lenormand, this is a fox card, right? This is the equivalent of this. So it can mean be a little clever, be a little sneaky if it needs to be, if it helps you until you have the final solution, if your intention is good, right? White lies in a good way. But maybe your intentions are not so good, then you should ask yourself about it, right? And if you are suspecting someone is not so nice towards you, then have a second look. It might be true, right? And take caution and do what it needs to, yes, to break the spell, so to speak, to get rid of this and to avoid that this is happening. Yes, in the middle, this is the chief of this reading, the world. Your own world, finding your place in the world. And maybe you start journaling again. I would recommend in the morning when the day has not overwhelmed you. Many people do this in the evening, but in my experience, your head is not fresh in the evening, to say this in beautiful German English. So you don't have this freshness, this alertness. New ideas tend to come more in the morning, if it's possible. I know for many people it's not, so it's better to write in the evening than to write nothing at all. Yes. Focus on yourself, and we see here the circle around. You really need to have healthy boundaries to start with this. Yes, work on this if it's important for you. It's really worth the result, right? So, and here we see, this is my personal Christmas advice. Just imagine this to be fur. And yes, happiness is beautiful, but structure it. Give it a structure. The structure also helps that others cannot so easily invade your Christmas. Like, it can be really tense sometimes with family. I know there are some happy, lucky little families who are joyfully together, and it's really beautiful. But in real life, it's more often a little bit difficult. In one way or another. There can be too many influences, too many expectations from others. There can also be loneliness and really the heart bleeding at this time. So no matter where you are coming from, give a little structure, make your little plan for this time to come, so you can have it in a good way, so there can be a little joyfulness, right? Yes, because the element of fire is, of course, our inner fire. It's our eyes shining and bright and things like that. This is possible, but this is not a card of the big arcana, right? It's a small arcana. The small steps often are the most important ones. Yes? So please go them. Yes, and with these cards, I say I wish you a wonderful, yes, it's a bit early, but this is the time we see each other. I already wish you a wonderful Christmas time, a calm and beautiful Christmas time, not so much stress. And we call this a good Rutsch, a good slide into the new year. I don't know why we slide into the new year, but we do it in German. You say Happy New Year. We say have a good slide into the new year, a good Rutsch. Yes, whatever way, just it might be good. And yes, all the good things, all my best wishes for the year to come. May it be peaceful and fulfilling and gentle. I think this is what we all wish for, right? So we will see each other again at the not 20, at the 31st of January with the full moon cards again. And until then, just blessings to you, all my best wishes, and I'm happy to see you again then.